one of our product lines that I created is a 2-meeting close. So clients, when I talk to them about that, they'll say, Stepp, we close deals. Sometimes it takes us more than 2 meetings to close a deal. What's interesting, Ashton, is that the answer to that is, what are the 2 most important meetings in your process? Your first initial meeting, your proposal meeting. Everything that happens in between that is just going to support one or the other.
Right.
That's why we call it the 2-meeting close. Now, I came up with that way back when. It's been 18 years since I've been in this industry. I was 25 years in sales and sales management. When I, as a salesperson, would go into a meeting, I just started using my methods that Don taught me and that I perfected them over the last several years. And then I was asked by a client of mine, can you teach our people how to sell? That's when I started thinking about, what is it that I'm doing that's making me successful? What did Don teach me? And then I started putting that together and trying to explain to people what I do. The easiest way to do that was to break the initial meeting into 4 parts, from beginning, facilitate it all the way through the end, so that the rep could stay on track and facilitate a dynamic meeting. So really the methodology came out of my own use. And then when I got asked to teach somebody, then I started looking inward as to, how do I explain what it is that I do? And what's interesting, I'm not a process-oriented person. It's not my gift. But following a process in a meeting seemed to generate a lot more revenue. So today the program has gone through several revisions. It started off as top producer. Then I was at a conference and the speaker asked me to introduce myself to the audience, and he said, Stepp, in 30 seconds, why don't you tell people what you do? And I didn't know what to say, so I said the obvious. I said, well, I show people how to close deals in 2 meetings or less. And the 2-meeting close, that's how we got the name. My sister was with me and she said, oh, that's the name of this product line.
That's awesome.
Now the 2-meeting close product line is part of our sales meeting mastery course that every salesperson that's in the field has got to be effective at these areas, starting with setting goals and objectives, which is our vision board creation product. Step up your vision.
Oh, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah.
The second thing is you got to do step up prospecting, and that's our billboard process. Makes it really easy for people to take a list of accounts and get meetings out of those accounts. Then we teach them how to do your first meeting. We teach you how to do your proposal meeting. And then the family members of that, you've got to know how to handle objections, and you have to know how to negotiate. And that's our sales meeting mastery program. That's available either on site or in a webinar or in our e-learning course. We have a couple of great resources that people should consider purchasing. The first thing is, I wrote a book called Survive or Thrive, which is the byline I really like, which is creating the life you want out of the life you have. And it's knowing how to take the resources that are in you, get out of survivor mode, get into thriving mode. It's the same problem between both groups, but thrivers have a way of handling problems differently than survivors. And guess who the top producers are? They're the thrivers. So this is a great self-help book for anybody that's interested. This book also has a workbook so you can work out your own Survivor Thrive plan, self-pace, so that you can go from surviving or thriving. So these books are available on our website, so just check on the link below. You can email me if you have any questions at stepp@steppsydnor.com. Another resource that we have that we created, one of the observations, Ashton, was people in the field were struggling in handling customer objections. They were just winging it. So we took 32 of the top objections that people used or that were thrown at them. And we came out, how do you counter those and why are they asking that? And we put this in a book called 32 Sales Objections Easily Countered. We made it small so you can throw it in your briefcase, you can have it in your car before you go to a meeting. You can look up objections like, this is not a priority to us. Or is this the best price we can get? Or I'm going to have to go over this with my boss. And so 32 sales objections easily countered in an easy to read field book that once you buy it, you'll never get rid of it.
That'd be perfect for any organization just to stimulate or keep things going with their sales staff. You know, give them out to each of their salespeople. Here's some good reading, because all salespeople have to deal with objections and have to be able to overcome them. Sometimes you just pick up one or two. It's like, oh, that's excellent. I can use that, every week.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that'd be a great gift from a sales manager to his salespeople, or an owner to his salespeople.
Well, sales managers can use these resources too. When you do your sales meetings, throw an objection out there and find out how the salespeople are going to answer as a sales team, and then go to the possible objections. Right. And the more time you do with that, the more prepared they're going to be in the field to handle objections.
If they're more prepared, that leads to more confidence.
More confidence, absolutely.